JV7XBT, what's up? Haz, you're here. Yeah, JV7XBT got resubscribe. Subscribe for 3 months now. Thanks, man. Hasbless, hit it. Throw some emojis in the chat. Timeline looks scared. That's good. That's what we want, Don. Trevor, how you doing? Always good when you have people coming in from different areas. We got YouTube Trevor coming in. What's up? Don Martin says timeline's looking scared. Good. That's where we want it, right? Shike, what's up? Chirpacurpa, first off, great name. I got into Katie at $3. Well, I should go to $28. Now it's down to 18. Messing with my mental TBH. Still a beginner, so I didn't take any profits. Well, why not? Here's the funny thing about that. You rode something from like essentially a 10x. I mean, $3.28. You're $2 away from a 10x. Like, are you viewing this as a loss? Like, oh, now I'm only up 5x. Fuck, my life's over. I was just having this conversation with somebody that DM'd me this morning. I was up 200 grand. Now I'm only up 100 grand. I can't get my head out of it. You still made 100 grand. Like, yeah, let's just get better, right? It's the woulda, coulda, shoulda. You know what, man? Chirpa, so first off, first time chatter. Thanks for coming in. Glad you're here. Sucks seeing it down this much. Yeah, bro. I can't even begin to tell you how many times. If you're really getting into crypto and you're really going to be in this long term, that feeling's never going away. Like, just so you know, so JP, that guy says, let's fucking go AVAX. I first bought AVAX at $21. $21. And I did not hold my whole bag. Absolutely not. If I did, I mean, 21, it's at 143. You know, large cap. Kajeka, what's up? JP, that guy. Waiting for people to slide in as usual. We always have like a really interesting like onboarding here. Usually like 10, 15 of you will come in at the same time. And like, it's just us for a little bit. And then like another 40 to 100 people shows up in like 10, 20 minutes. I don't know if somebody's retweeting or if the stream's being shared somewhere. Either way, it always kind of starts off this way. Like after you're done streaming, you get like a graph of what it looks like. And it's always just, you know, straight up and out. Some new tunes. AVAX looks really, really good. And I don't think it's stopping anytime soon either. All right, so Kajeka, what's up, Varant? Kajeka just shared an amazing point, okay? Yeah, we're gonna talk about Atom. We're gonna talk about Atom, we're gonna talk about AVAX. We're gonna talk about a lot. I'll be on, this might be another marathon, because I don't know how much more I'm gonna be able to stream this week, so I might go for 3 hours today, I don't know. I got like a full 30 ounces of water, so either until I A, run out, or B, have to pee, like, you know, we'll hang out. So, AVAX, Atom, Bitcoin, Ethereum, DeFi. Yeah, so Kajeka just shared, he goes, remember when I was pissed that I bought AVAX at the very top at $55? He's still holding it. It's a 143. Crazy. But great trade, by the way. Like, you did... you're so essentially 3x. You did better than I did. You did better than I did on my $21 buy as a percentage. Hey, no worries. Thanks for popping by to say hi, Bobo. I'll try to not, you know, eventually when I get a little more organized, I'll start doing like stream summaries with like links where you can just click into certain points. I'm not there yet though. Too much work. That video I put out the other day on Twitter, it took me like 90 minutes to edit like a minute and 40-second clip, so I need to get better at it. It's brutal. Really, really brutal. Yeah, no, Kajeka, I remember it, dude. I remember it. Like, look, let's go to it while we're here, letting people come in. We got like 30-some people now. What's up, everybody? 35? Appreciate you popping in. I remember a few things. One, I remember people legitimately talking shit about AVAX right here at $35. Salmia, what's up? So I don't know all of you, but the OGs I'm always going to say hi to because y'all were supporting me when there was like 12 viewers. So you're my people. So yeah, literally, I remember people talking shit right here when it was a bull flag on top of a resistance breakout. People were like, it's going to zero. I told you, man. FTM to the moon. You just bought that fucking fear. You'd be up, almost 5x. I don't think people really understand how strong narratives are. Like, it's unbelievable how strong narratives are. Has the other day pointed out in the chat, is this the parabolic flip line? Yeah, it is. Yeah, eagled. I don't know how the hell you say it. I'm going to start here, obviously. And because I imagine that, we got a decent amount of people in here now, and I imagine there'll be some follow-up to this, but I had a ton of people DM me being like, bro, what the fuck? Oh, yeah, Chirpa. Oh, yeah. I do. Yeah, so Chirpa, here's the thing, man. Like, yeah, I got a vibe, bro. You know that, like, profit-taking... Risk management and profit taking is what most people screw up. It's not like drawing lines on charts. So I'm going to say this again. Like, I'm putting on a class. The class is going to be free. Anybody can take it. It's not going to cost a dime. Okay. And still people ask me, like, why are you doing that? Why would you give away what you have for free? And let me tell you what the answer is. Outstanding, Bob. The answer for why I do that is because drawing lines on chart is not the tough part. The tough part about trading has nothing to do with drawing lines on charts. It doesn't. I mean, like, it's not easy, but it's not the tough part. I've said this a lot. If you've seen me stream anywhere, the tough part is not this. I mean, you gotta. I was looking at this earlier. Like, look at the 3-day chart on Ethereum. What is hard about this? There's nothing hard about this. You know what the hardest part about this is? Waiting. The hardest part about this is waiting. That has nothing to do with drawing lines on charts. This shit's a piece of cake. Absolutely. Self-sovereign. Toughest part's mental fortitude? Yes. It's the reason why when people come into my chat or when they DM me and they say, hey man, I fucked up, what do I do? The first thing I always say, and you've probably heard me say it here before, is go buy Trading in the Zone. Buy, B-U-Y, the book Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. Because if you can start by managing your head better and then learn TA or and then like build a strategy, you're in such a better place. You're in such a better place. And Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas is amazing. Because you'll read that book if you've been trading at all in any capacity, and you'll be like, oh my God, this guy's talking about me. This guy's talking about me right now. I guarantee it. So yeah, this part's not hard. Like taking profits. Chirpa Kerpa, do you have a profit taking strategy? Well, we caught this bottom here and not Bitcoin. But think about that. You had to buy July 21st. On July 21st, I streamed for 2.5 hours, and the name of that stream was the bull case for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Right as everybody thought the fucking world was coming down. Okay? It was a range low buy off a flip. Like, it wasn't hard. right? Anad, what's up, buddy? The patience, the difficult part is waiting, right? We knew where the range high resistance was, and what did it do? It went to the range high resistance. This is when you sell. And then it came back down to the previous flip pivot. Dude, if all you did was buy this breakout, sell when it broke down, rebuy, like this millions. Not hard. Not hard. I know you do, Variant, because you were here, man. Yeah. So I'm going to try to keep my emotions in check today because I'm in like angry Jared mood a little bit right now. I had a bad customer service experience. I want to fight someone. So I'm going to try to keep my cool if things start pissing me off. All right. Sketchy, what's up? Chirpa, there's a few different things, man. You can use relative strength. You can use like its alt pair, so KDA. You're talking about KDA. KDA over ETH reversals. Whatever. Yeah. Usually I don't answer questions like this, but I figure I'd give it a go over here. Yeah, dude. By the way, JV7XPT said I can relate. Oh my god, yeah. It's all in it. See, this is what happens, man. You guys know me too well. I'm wearing my Michigan sweater. And so if anybody comes and talks about Michigan, it's going to get me sidetracked. And then, yeah, the Arsenal football lesson. Liverpool kicked the shit out of Arsenal. It's a great sport weekend for me. Anyway. Probably not why you guys are here. Maybe it is. I don't know. I am going to go do this really quick. Copy link to tweet. Hey, look, that's me.
Crystal ball shit again. You guys ready? Here's what's going to happen. If we maintain this, I've always said that on this sort of signal, the target is the 50-day. Mm-hmm. Here's the next level of this that I very rarely talk about, but is pretty often the case. When this triggers, what will end up happening is you'll see this bounce up and come back down and do this, okay? Why does that happen? One, there's a pivot on a decently sized time frame here. Somebody bought when they thought this was the bottom.
True.
And they're underwater. This forms an inverse head and shoulders reversal. How you know this is going to happen is you look at the slope of the 50-day, okay? How many times do you see that slope of a 50-day, a 50-segment moving average get broken?
You don't.
You don't.
That's right. Which, guess where we rejected?
What will end up typically happening is you'll see kind of like a mini range form down here where you come back up and they'll sell it back down and it will start to be defended or protected a little bit more. And what this allows this to do is flatten out a little bit more, okay? So you'll see the 50 MA flatten a little more, flip it to support, and then you move higher. Now, a lot of you are probably sitting there being like, this motherfucker,
there's no way.
I don't know, maybe. Let's see.
Maybe. We'll see. Well, how'd we do, guys? So, that was before. And here we are now. This is literally exactly what we thought would happen. And the reason why it didn't go exactly as we thought it would happen is because we had this AVAX versus ETH dick measuring contest over the weekend where Sue and a bunch of the ETH maxis started getting in a pissing fight, and then they decided to have a let's rip price battle. And there we are, right? I brought that up and I played that one because, it's pretty cool when you fucking call something and it happens exactly as you think it will. But Yeah, first time you see me, it's talk about the fucking metaverse, man. It's just fucking, we got the third wallaverse going on here. I had this circle because you had the dick measuring contest, which is the big one. Sajark plays. What's up, man? And my point all along and why that inverse head and shoulders was going to flip was because of this angle. It takes time when you have a dump for this shit to play off. Like, I got a text this morning from a real life friend of mine who doesn't watch streams, so I can talk shit about him all I want. And he texts me and he's like, bro, this dump, man, oh God, do I get out? Because, like, think about where he's coming from psychologically. And that's where, like, applying, like, macro context and, like, the psyche to this shit matters quite a bit. Because, like, first off, I got him long at, like, $2,000. And he's freaking out about a dump from 47 to 39. So, like, all right, I get it. But he didn't even text me until today. My point is, like, when you have this sort of a rinse, you don't V recover. Everybody likes to see a V recovery. The only time you see V recoveries is on an alt where, like, you know, the dev disappeared and so they're like, oh my God, the dev died. And then he comes back and he's like, I'm back. And they buy it, right? Like, this doesn't happen on real instruments. V recoveries don't happen. And so you get this dick measuring contest over the weekend between Sue and, you know, Amin and then all the guys from ETH. And you see this crazy jump up. But, like, in the scheme of things, it's just, like, you're not going to do it. Look at this slope. You need to let price come down. So, like, yes, was there a great buy down here that we got? Hell yeah, we did, dude. Like, legit fucking great buy. And a lot of times we have the buy, people don't listen, or they don't pay attention, or they don't see it when we call it, which is fine, man. You can't be on the markets all day like I am. And then they asked me about buying up here. It's going to V back. I need to get in. And I understand that compulsion. I understand that, like, I don't want to miss the move. Because it sucks when you do miss a move. Like, badly. But then if you look at the slope of the 50-day, you can just be like, you know what? There's no fucking way that we're just going to rip rare through this. It's probably going to reject, which is exactly what we did. And came back down. So we're forming this right shoulder that we talked about last week. And we're allowing this to recover a little bit. Get this moving sideways. Let us flip it to support. And we'll probably retest this $4,600 area. And I think we will. We might break down. So here's the other thing for you, since we're all sitting here and it's pretty close to this right shoulder that we talked about before. If you lose the right shoulder, and by lose, I don't mean like we get a wick below. I mean, although we're holding quite nicely right now. But you saw a wick here. You can see a wick down into here. Even a wick down like 4,000 wouldn't freak me out. And then back up, right? I'm okay with that. It's closes underneath here. It's like trying to regain it and it doesn't. When that doesn't happen, the head is almost always taken, right? Flying Stacks just said, TA in crypto doesn't really make sense because there's no price discovery. It's just a bunch of people doing the same tricks and having a self-fulfilling prophecy. I'm not sure I've ever read a dumber comment, but it's in the top 5. Particularly when I just played a video of me using TA when price was right here and everybody was afraid. And then not only did we get the long that we wanted using TA, but then I also predicted what the next 3 days of price action was going to be like. All right, so Flying Stacks laughs and says, It works because everyone else is doing the same thing. Okay. This is, see, like, ordinarily I just ignore you, but you caught me on an angry day, so I'm not going to ignore you. All right, so here we go right now. I'm not going to be angry to you. I don't believe you're being disrespectful. I don't believe you're... Yeah, I know you're not. I know you're not. The reason why I'm bringing it up is that you don't understand what TA is. What you said is, it works because everyone else is doing the same thing. That's exactly what TA is. It is definitely self-fulfilling. But the point is, you get enough people looking at the same areas in anything, and they'll buy it. So, like, the secondary market for PlayStation 5s, when they were unavailable, found this, like, area at, like, $700, where it would go up and down from, like, 700 to 1,000, back down to 700. Well, everybody found it at 700 when they could after they just released, and so they bought it at 700. Was that one big price collusion? Or had people seen that if you bought a PS5 in the secondary market for $700, there was a pretty good chance you were going to be able to sell it for $1,000 based on the ebbs and flow of the market? That's what it is, man. Absolutely. Self-Sovereign said it better than I did. TA is reading sentiment and what people's reactions will be when things happen to price. That's the whole point. It's a big game in psychology. That's like being like, chickens don't exist because eggs couldn't exist without chickens. Or chickens and eggs couldn't happen unless one happened before the other. Flying Stack says, but like in the stock market, there's a value investing price that oscillates around. There's no true value price in crypto because there are no profits to measure. Boy, okay. So I think you're just ignoring the entire like .com and technological expansion era, right? Like that entire period, you're just like, yeah, but like my thesis works as long as you ignore SPACs and this entire section that's exactly like crypto. You just got to ignore all that shit. And if you ignore all that, then what I said is true. Okay, like, right. It's, which by the way, Stacks, I've been doing this for 12 years. And I started with equities and futures. .com is being priced for future value. Perfect. You nailed it. That's exactly what we're doing here. Good. So we're on the same page. I'm glad you agree. You just made my point for me. It's an emerging market. You don't know until it emerges. It's speculation. You literally just made my point for me. Bullshit, man. You know, you're wrong. You know what something's worth? This is fun. I'm sure like the 62 people here are really fascinated with us having this conversation, but I'm sure somebody will take value out of it. You can't tell me what the value of this crypto is. You can tell me the value of a company. Okay. You know what the value is? The value is what somebody's willing to pay for it. That's the value. The market cap is the total dollars into a crypto token. That's total dollars in. So that's the current valuation. It goes up and down. But if you find a token that's worth, at this point, the market cap $65 million, get yourself $65 million. You can go buy the whole thing. So yeah, no, I just don't think you're seeing the whole board, man. I'm just too nice to use my stream for people on soul searching help. Look, I'm not going to change his mind. He already has his mind made up. That's fine. And like my point on having this conversation is the whole idea behind crypto is speculation. The whole reason why I'm into this, the whole reason why I love it. Ernest, bro, you're way out of bounds, man. I can't keep talking to you because my audience doesn't care about what you have to say. But I think my response is trying to be respectful and just pointing out how wrong you are. You just haven't evolved yet to see what this can be. So you can't view it like EPS. And by the way, just so you know, actually Google value investing. Value investing, since Warren Buffett talked about it 20 years ago, has been like the worst strategy possible over the past 20 years, since he like first brought it mainstream. Value investing has been the worst. It was great during the down cycles, but we've had down cycles for 2 out of the last 20 years. So value investing is actually garbage. What you're looking at now is saying, is crypto going to disrupt major marketplaces? Is it going to disrupt finance? Is it going to disrupt commerce? Is it going to disrupt the internet? Are there going to be ads? Are people adopting? Is it going to close the world? Yes, yes, yes. Those are our assumptions. Therefore, if that assumption is true, then how do I value these things that are trying to are trying to make their place or find their place within crypto? I've said this all along, man. Like, there are bags that I believe long term, and there are bags that I do not, right? And there's some things that like I will cut. Like right now, I'm not even 100% certain. In fact, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't. I would not hold AVAX long term. Yeah, I know. My bad, Joel. I gave like 15 minutes today. I didn't know what I was going to do. I'm going to be on for a while, though, so you'll catch me anyway. Like, I'm not even 100% certain I would hold AVAX. I'm not. ETH is probably the best because the most liquidity is tied to Ethereum. Atom has a great long term. So here's the most bullish case for me on AVAX long term is that if they do onboard IBC and join the Cosmoverse or the Cosmere, AVAX is gonna fucking moon, and ETH maxis are gonna lose their minds. It'll be amazing. And everybody says they're going to. Anyway, all right, I can't get distracted anymore than I already have. Welcome, all 70 of you that are here watching me have a conversation with one person. But it's a good question. And like the thing about TA is people's psychological impressions of the market on a chart, right? And you have to say, you know, what's the valuation? The valuation is what people's willing to pay for it. That's about it, right? This camera that I'm looking at you through now is a Canon R5. It's a mirrorless camera, or windowless camera. And mirrorless, windowless? I don't know. It's a fucking really nice camera. There was no supply. This camera cost $2,400. Mirrorless, thank you. This camera is $2,400 when there's supply. There's no supply. So you know what I paid? $3,800. I paid 50% more than what it's worth. Why? Because I was willing to pay it. So, you know, what's something worth, man? I don't know. What am I worth to you guys? A little bit? A lot? What am I worth in general? My mom would probably say a lot. I think my son probably would. Anybody else be like, fuck that guy, right? A sub? Yeah. Maybe I'm worth a sub, $6. Anyway, Nick, I'm going to call you Nick, bro. I can't pronounce your name. Rez, that's a great point. What am I worth? I don't know, the time you're spending with me. Beautiful. Well said. Kind of nice. Kind of artistic. Yeah, perceived value, totally different. So Nick came in with, how high do you see the chance of ETH dropping to 2K-ish? I got some 2017 vibes again. Pretty slim. Pretty slim. But if we lose this area, which we might, right? The next logical place would be here around like 3,600. Below that, 2,800. Below that, 2,000. So like the odds of us going to 2,000 again in a legit bear market, I could see 2,000 happening. Ads, motherfucker. I'd really just spend 30 minutes just like talking about this shit. You back already? That's sick. Do I have to reapply for the indicator? No, you don't have to reapply for the indicator. You just have to let me know that you don't have access anymore. This is the only time I'll ever talk about this, but if you message me for my indicator, I usually set an expiry after like 30 or 60 days. And the idea is like, if you use it every day, then you'll notice when you lose access and you'll ping me. If you don't use it every day, then you won't see it. And Tony, I'll give you another shot, man. But I would, I want people to use it if they're going to take it. All right, we got 30 minutes to hopefully pull this shit out. I see it too, would not care too much. ICO ETH was like $4, so I'm fine. But ETH seems pretty useless to me since Bitcoin Lightning Network will be pretty huge. Will it? Will it? I don't know, man. Oof. We got a lot of heat in here today. All right, let's go look at Bitcoin really quick. Bitcoin trying to fuck it all up like they do. Also, if Lightning Network does end up actually not sucking balls, I will be floored. Like, there's never been anything apart from like a DeFi valuation or like any sort of a DeFi valuation on Bitcoin that's ever been worth a shit. So until proven otherwise, Bitcoin is digital gold and there's no functional purpose for owning it. Sorry, I'm adjusting my secondary charts. Yeah, still not worried yet. Still not worried yet. BTC is decentral, no other coin is. ETH runs on AWS. It's not true. That is not true. All right. So I would expect to see a reaction here and have some of this stop for a couple reasons. One, it would validate my Ethereum. Yeah, you're right, Tony. It would validate my Ethereum call because it would essentially be like the perfect right shoulder from like a wick perspective. But it does look like dog shit, so. So there's been a lot of questions to me about triggers lately, probably because of that video. And I'll pull that up here while we watch this all potentially come apart. Yeah, AVAX surprisingly doing well at 139, considering everything else that's going on. I might actually... I gotta like pull out my... my MetaMask. We have to do a trade while we're on stream. All right, so this divergence trigger, just very, very quickly. I get a lot of questions about how do you take the entry, how do you use the trigger, yada, yada, yada. So the idea here is this is the divergence. You have price making a lower low, and MACD either making an equal low or a higher low, and that's a divergence, which usually signals a reversal. In that scenario, which is why people like my MACD indicator, which is this bad boy here, which there's nothing about this that's magical. People are always like, oh my God, how do I get access? Like, this is a standard MACD indicator. It's just conditionally formatted. And it makes it very clear when there's a shift in momentum. That's it. We got our own little debate going on in the chat right now, which I'm not going to get involved with. But the trigger is this, okay? The trigger is when you get a close to rising momentum. When you get a close to rising momentum, that's the trigger. Not when it looks like it's going to close. When it closes. I front ran this the other day on my own long, and there was a couple reasons for that I'm not going to get into. I want to make this as clear as possible. So on this signal, we closed on this bar, which means when it closed, that's when you long. So the long technically would have been 40.63. Stops under lows. So from that perspective, it was only like a 2.5 hour trade. If you just took what we got. I was hoping we would essentially get a better entry that would move sideways and we would reverse upward, which I think we still will. But so somebody just asked about an RSI divergence. There may be an RSI divergence. There's only one thing I use RSI for. And this is another script of my own, which is nothing. Anybody can do this too. So there'd be an RSI on BTC. Yeah, that makes sense because it's not on this right now. Yeah, if we got a lower low, if we made a lower low right now, it's very, very possible that we would have an RSI divergence. I do not like RSI. Chirpa Kerpa, that is my indicator. It's called the MACD mark. You have to join the Stack Labs Telegram room if you want access to it. That's how I get people to come hang out. So it's private. Nobody can get it. It's mine. You got to come and ask me nicely. But that's why I keep... There's an invite link in TradingView, by the way. In TradingView. In Twitch. Also on my Twitter, if you click on my Yat, the first link on there is an invite to the Telegram group as well. So either one of those places, you can join the group. So I don't typically use RSI. Let me tell you why I do use RSI, or when I use RSI. Here's how I use the RSI. Good example of this. Probably on a 4 hour. Yeah, perfect. Okay. I don't use it often because I just know when it happens. But see how my RSI has this midline on it? I don't know if you guys can really see that. It's kind of hard. All right. See this midline at 50? I put the 50 in there because in a trend on the RSI in any time frame, the 50 will be held. So essentially the bounces just always look like this. So it's like overbought, held, rinse out, held. That's when you see the actual trend break. So it's the holding of the 50 helps to confirm a trend. So that's the only time I'll ever use it. And if you look at when did it lose that? Well, when we broke down, right? So here's when we started to lose it and then we lost it. And on the RSI, it confirmed it. Nothing crazy about it. Pretty standard shit, to be honest. So yeah, the 50 on the RSI, bouncing off the 50 on the RSI can help you confirm whether or not you're in a trend. So that's nice. It works on all time frames. You do it on a 1 minute chart, it would work. Or a weekly chart. I don't know. Up to you. Nick just said you're trading, right? How long do you regularly hold a position? It depends. So I'm generally a swing trader, guys. Like, I'm not a scalper. So for you to ask that question, I need you to clarify what you're asking. I'm generally a swing trader. So I don't trade for like today. I wait until conditions fit my eye and then I stack up reasons to take a position and hope that I'm catching the reversal one way or the other. So I could hold a position for a day. I could hold a position for 3 months. It really doesn't matter. Like, my hope on this long was that there was enough of a reason based on this chart. Ugh, out of here, fuck. That this could have held and should hold to let us bounce back up to the channel top before even the end of the year, which could be like $5,500. So this trade for me, even though we started at, 4,000, 4,060 if you took the exact trigger, is in hopes of catching, this breakout and keep rolling. By the way, so flying stacks, isn't it kind of dangerous to trade on stream? Some troll whale can come dump in your position. If someone wants to use their incredible stack to knock me out of an Ethereum position, do it. I'll tip my cap. Yeah, so I wouldn't actually I don't know who that guy was, so I just deleted that. I wouldn't actually trade like an alt on stream, because that could definitely happen. But for Ethereum or Bitcoin, yeah. I also wouldn't bring up my positions either. I do want to bring this up, a naked chart, okay? By the way, Flockin, or Tebow, yeah. If market makers are watching this stream, yeah, please throw in some subs before you knock me out of my position. That'd be great. I want you guys to take a look at this naked chart. What do we... Like, look at this, honestly. A lot of times I don't want audience participation. Right now I do. What do you think when you look at this? Nice uptrend. Okay, what else? There's 80 of you here. I don't care if you're on YouTube. I don't care if you're on Twitch. If you're on Twitter, I can't hear you, so sorry. Pump and dump on a shitcoin? That's pretty funny. Raz 560. Yeah. Yeah. Like, for real, guys. First off, appreciate y'all popping in. Usually I ask for people to talk and they just don't say anything. So apparently we all feel confident that we know what we're looking at here. Which is great. Turn this back on. Turn it off. Turn it on. Turn it off. Turn it on. Right? Resistance isn't proven as resistance until it's proven as resistance, which is a retarded thing to say. Pardon my language. Shouldn't say that word. Which is a dumb thing to say. But think about that for a moment. You break through. We got a little bit of it proving here and all the way up and down. Until you have like this motion where you come up and down again, then it's not really proven as support yet, is it? Like, this was 1 or 2 days of us being right here, right? Yeah, rounded retest. My thing is, I don't really care what you call it. Until I see a real breakdown of this level, this $4,000 level, not worried. Not worried. Stack, first off, great name. And given that this is a stacked stream brought to you by StackedInvest.com. Go to StackedInvest.com today and enjoy 10% off your... I don't fucking know. I don't have any coupon codes, but you guys should go to StackedInvest.com and check it out. Great company, grossly undervalued. And it's valued quite high, and it's still grossly undervalued. Can you explain why the volume is so low but the prices are up like in May? Well, this is the Bybit contract first off. This is the Coinbase volume, which isn't that much different to be honest. But I think that there's more people in the field doing it in different ways too. Like it's not everybody's doing the same stuff. Mousy says, and if we break 4K, it's time to get out the Pampers, right? I mean, yeah, it's not good if we like really break 4K. Potato Lord, yes, I will. I assure you. I'm just too ADD to try to do all this stuff at once. The only thing that I really trust from like a volume perspective is the index. Where the hell is it? There we go. So I use the Bitcoin index on TradingView. And why there isn't an Ethereum index, somebody will have to write a letter and figure that shit out. But why are prices higher when volume, you don't have this same amount of volume? One, I don't think people that bought here sold. I don't. If you think people bought here, so again, this is Bitcoin from 11,000 to really like 38,000. Well, we never even really challenged their entries down here, did we? So they didn't ever sell. These are all new entrants. And so I wouldn't be as worried about that. That shit. No, I don't watch Burb. I don't watch really anybody else but me. I try. There's a few people I respect. This is like my, not that I don't respect Burb. I'm sure the guy's great, and I bet he like walks his neighbor's dogs and shit too. But all I know about Burb is that like I made an innocuous comment once and he blocked me, so I assume that guy's like kind of a paper-handed bitch. Oh my God, Shady Capital coming in with some donations. Thank you, man. Yeah, Burb blocked me for like saying like, I don't know, man, that doesn't make sense to me. And then he blocked me on a post like this is years ago. Pretty funny. So I don't know what his prediction is. Yeah, so selling's an interesting thing. That's where DeFi comes in. That's the funny part about like Bitcoin maxis and DeFi, because I would rather take loans against my Bitcoin if possible, right? By the way, Shady, seriously, dude, thank you. Shady Capital just gifted 5 tier 1 subs. Thank you so much. This like goes back to last week. Last week, like we had like 50 subs donated in like 25 minutes, which was nuts. So cheers to all you guys. And this is water, by the way, so not supposed to cheers with water. Absolutely. No tequila? No, not a 145 on a Monday, on a holiday Monday, no less. So yeah, the funny part to me about Bitcoin maxis and like hating Ethereum as much as they do is like I would rather not sell my Bitcoin. Sincerely, I would not. Sincerely, okay? I would rather take loans against it. And you got to do that with DeFi. So I'd rather wrap my Bitcoin, bring it over, take loans against it, and buy more. Right? All right. I got to go back to Potato because Potato asked a question that was a good one. Potato, where are you? Where'd you go? How do you cope? Okay. That's why I wanted to talk about it. Because there's a lot of you that are probably feeling this right now, and I feel like it's worth discussing. Okay? His question was, I just found out I lost it again. How do you cope with major drawdown? How do you reset? And if emotions compile and last for weeks, I'm guessing what he's trying to say there is, what do you do? This is why I always always recommend Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. You guys are gonna be like, fucking, this is the second time you showed this guy's book. Does this guy owe you money or something? Nah, Mark Douglas is dead. He died, man, pretty tragically. Way too young for his life. You have to be able to extricate yourself from your money, which is easier said than done. Okay? Easier said than done. And like I read something the other day. I don't know if it was somebody sent it to me, but there's a lot of people who recently quit their jobs in this market for various, like, all right, I'm gonna get involved in the gig economy. That's great, but like a large percentage of them quit their jobs to do this, to trade. Like quit their 9-to-5s to trade. And those people were queried. Why did you quit your job? They said for this. And how much money do you have? And the percentage of people, now this is like, I mean, Americans, mind you. This is not, I don't have the worldwide statistics. I'm guessing it's longer or higher. A large percentage of them quit their jobs to trade crypto, and they had less than $50,000 to their name. Okay? Less than $50,000 to their name. Now, is it possible to make it off 50 grand? 100%. 100% it's possible. However, you change the way you think if you're like, I gotta make this trade to catch rent next month. All right? It changes who you are. It changes how you trade. And if you do not have the ability to separate yourself from that need, you're going to lose. I'm going to tell this story. It's a great fucking story. Okay? I used to work with a guy that was a former pro golfer. Like played on the Hooters Tour. No joke. Played on the Hooters Tour. Hooters Tour then became like the Web.com Tour. I don't even know what the fuck they're called now. Essentially the tour that's right below the PGA. And like the Hooters Tour might be like the third one below that. I don't know. It doesn't matter. The point is he was a pro. And I used to work with him and I said, like, you're pretty good then, man. Like if you were able to play on one of like the junior tours, he's like, yeah, I was great. I was in college. He played at Coastal Carolina University, which is a great golf school. He's like, he won tournaments in college and the guy was crushing it. He decided to have a go at playing pro. And he said, I could never replicate my performance when I got on the golf course when I was doing it for money. And I said, why do you think that is? And he said, you know what, man? Like I had a lot of stressful putts when I was in college. So like win tournaments. But like if I missed those putts in college, like you know what the ramifications were? Like I felt bad about myself. I wanted to do better for my team. I wanted to work harder. I wanted to do better. But then I still went to class. I still had my friends. I was still partying like an idiot. When I missed a putt, and that putt determined whether or not I could make rent, or whether or not I could play in the next tournament, or whether or not that I could do all these different things, that got in my head, and I got the yips. I literally could not get around it. And the dude quit golf because at that point, even though it was easy for him when it didn't matter, when it did matter, he couldn't get over it mentally. And it caused him to quit golf. It's the same idea with trading. So that actually goes to like Stack's point there. He says, in my opinion, you shouldn't trade more money than you can afford to lose, aka don't play with scared money. That's where the concept of the phrase scared money don't make money come from. The first time that Flying Stacks and I are agreeing today, where it's very, very difficult to do this. Because if you take a massive drawdown and it's a significant portion of your total overall wealth, you mismanage your trade, now you got to make that up. You can press it, sometimes you compound it. What do? So in the moment, this is what I always say. In the moment, after that drawdown happens, you need to write down what the fuck happened, okay? So Akorian said, and rightly so, take a walk, shut off the computer, go for a walk. Whatever, go have an Eskimo pie. Doesn't matter. Do whatever it is you need to do to get yourself right if you're like in a very, very bad place. But once you are somewhere close to equilibrium again, take out a pen, take out your fucking phone, get out your notepad. And if I were you, I would write down exactly what happened. Exactly what happened. How did you get into the trade? What was the plan when you got in? What was your stop loss? Because here's the thing. A lot of people who take massive drawdowns actually did have a stop loss in line, and then you ignored it. So why did you ignore your stop loss? When you ignored it, how did that make you feel? And how are you planning to deal with it next time? Because a lot of people just choose to not confront that feeling of, I just got my ass kicked. And they choose to not confront the mistakes that were made to have that massive of a drawdown. And you know what that means? It means you're going to do it again, man. You're going to do it again. I think I have a pretty good system for compartmentalization in both life and trading. But it's taken me a long time to get there. And I say that because, look, man, you're talking to a guy that got hacked for 7 figures. Like, if I didn't have the ability to get over that shit mentally, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be talking to you guys right now. Person literally took almost all of my crypto net worth in April of this year, which I talked about last stream or the stream before. I don't know. So, like, you got to find a way to get past it. You got to deal with it. Yeah, don't be an ape. The other thing I would say too is, this happened to me when I first started trading. I traded for 18 months in stocks, and I made a ton of money in 18 months, and then I lost it all in like 2 days. Selling options and buying options, and I was not good at it. I took a voice memo after I blew up my account and after I built it for a year and a half. And I took a voice memo of how I felt that day, and I don't think I've ever sounded that pained at any other point in my life. So you have to confront it, man. You have to deal with it. What was my option strategy? Apparently it was lose money. So back then I didn't really know what I was doing. Now I do when it comes to options. But yeah, it was stupid. But you don't learn anything by putting it away, right? By failing to confront the issue. So don't do that. I would advise you take a look at Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. It's on Amazon. It's pretty much everywhere there is. He also has a bunch of lectures that are on YouTube you can go watch. But he gives some like better tips on this. But the thing is, this is my last bit, and then I'll get into more like actual market analysis stuff. One of the first like idioms or first lessons in that book is like, have you accepted that in the markets anything can happen at any time? Anything can happen at any time. You have to accept that. That is the truth. Anything can happen at any time. Well, what do you mean by that? Well, like rugs can happen at any time. You go, well, that only happens in crypto. Bullshit, man. I had a position a long time ago where I was trading a bio sector stock, so one that did drugs, that produced drugs. And I had a great position. I was up a ton of money. And I was like, I'm gonna make this. They're gonna release this drug, and I'm gonna be rich. And I did not have a stop loss in place. Wasn't even paying attention. But on Interactive Brokers, which I trade on my phone, or I verify on my phone, I got like this alert that this company had their trading halted for volatility. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And looked, and sure enough, like one of their late stage trials failed. And that position, which I had held for months, when it opened again, guess where it opened? Yeah, Theranos. Yeah, it's a great point. Theranos is that one that was like we got this revolutionary blood test, and they were just doing the same shit. So yeah, Accordion is exactly right. I went from being vastly in profit to down. I don't think it was down 50%, but like way down. And did I eat that loss? No, I didn't. I thought it bounced back, and it did not bounce back. Okay. And I lost a ton of money, right? Like, you learn this shit. So you have to believe, and you have to set stops Like right now, we're looking at Bitcoin, 55.9. I find it extremely unlikely that we just teleport straight down to 30K, but it is not impossible. It is not impossible for there to be some sort of event. Like everybody thinks that Bitcoin is infallible, which it generally is. Right? Like the way that the protocol is set up, it's unhackable. Well, with quantum computing coming out and other things that are pushing and advancing, the things that need to have happened for Bitcoin to be compromised may one day exist. All right, so all you maxis out there, it could happen. Yeah, no doubt. Quantum computing does not prove that it will crack it. You're right. I'm not saying that it will. But what happens after that? Or what's the next iteration? My point is you have to be open to it. It could happen. The computing power is possible. Yes, Satoshi moves coins. Great example, Has. So Has uses a better one that doesn't get us into the computer debate. If all of a sudden wallet that was known to be Satoshi's all of a sudden just like sends a bunch of coins to Binance or some bullshit, like you will see this thing drop $25,000 in an hour. So, you know, if you have that thought, you play a little bit differently. Good potato. Write it down, take a look, you know. Find out what it was that got you there. And you just got to move on, bro. You got to move on. Figure out what your mistake was. Make sure you never do it again. And if you do that, you'll get better for it, right? So that's what I would say. Yeah, we're right on the precipice of some scary shit right now in Bitcoin, man. No joke. But, positive side, look at this. Nick. Yeah, millions, 1 million sat wallets are really scary. But ETH was 70% pre-mine, so yeah, exactly. We all buy that. So I actually think where we are on the chart is pretty okay. Here's another like small bit of alpha for you guys. Not quite like what I did last week, but in the same vein. These small consolidation points where like nothing crazy happened, but you saw some pretty tight price action and movement, they generally hold. They generally hold. So we're getting into that. And now you go, well, like generally hold, man, that's like $3,000. True. But yeah, it's demand zone where people bought before the recent markup. If this breaks down, I think 53 is about as far as it would go. $3,000, not really shit. You can see my channel's a little bit different on my daily versus my 3-day. So I'm calling this an aberration on the daily, and on the 3-day we're taking it into account here and here, and it's almost to the bottom of the 3-day channel. Yeah, okay, so Sjark plays, can't you just buy something, put stop loss at the point you bought it and never lose money? 100% you can, man. A lot of times that's what I do. Now, you can't do it right when you take a position, because then, you know, one guy exits his position and knocks you out and it resumes higher. But a lot of times when I get into a position where it's proven to be correct, where you long at the appropriate level and you're right, once I move out of one zone into another, I will move my stop up to break even. Then I don't give a shit. So it works both ways. The problem with that is like early on when I got into crypto, I was used to using very, very tight stops in stocks in futures because they're generally respected, right? Not so much here. Tony Wow right there. I missed out on DOT because I put my stop at break even. Okay, perfect. In crypto, with the lack of liquidity, it's easy to go down and source those stops. If you follow crypto_ISO or Zoran Cole, those guys have a liquidity theory course they offer on trading. Works best for crypto, but it does apply in other areas as well. It essentially just shows how all of price bounces back and forth between where standing liquidity exists. Standing liquidity in the form of stops, but really standing liquidity in the forms of liquidation levels. So essentially they plot high volume nodes, HVNs, at certain points on the chart, and then go, okay, if $20 million were traded at this point on the chart, then here's where 100Xs get liquidated, here's where 50Xs get liquidated, here's where 25X will get liquidated, and 10X 5-1 all the way down. And so when they find huge high volume nodes, you essentially can set your stops on where those people would be liquidated and just play when they get liquidated. It works extremely well. It works really, really well. So Jark, just started my first account today, trying to learn by asking dumb questions. Man, no dumb questions. No dumb questions. We all gotta learn. All right, so let's take a step out and actually talk about this. I think we're at the bottom of the channel. I hope we're at the bottom of the channel. This little consolidation zone I like, but we've literally been down only for like legit 9 days. Down only for 9 days. And before that, I mean, it's almost been more like down only for half a month, which is a tough pill to swallow. But these things have to happen for us to go higher. Which, now that I look at this, if we do end up falling to the bottom of the channel, we'd be pretty close to the 50% retrace. So you'll see all of the homies out talking about Fibonacci retracements and yada, yada, yada. Do I see anything that looks longable right now? I find it hard to believe they'd bring it down this low without running a little bit further. So do with that what you will. But I could see this dropping to like 55 from here on Bitcoin. There's a bit of a divergence forming on the 8-hour, which is pretty wild. But we'd have to get a close underneath this level at 8 hours, and I don't know if we'll see that. So, not really. Even so, like again, here's another view at that little like tight consolidation zone before we marked up last time. These people will decide whether or not they want to hold their levels or capitulate. Chirpa, thanks, bud. Glad you're on board. Anytime you're a first time chatter, I'll hang out with you. Yeah, Adam really quick. Really, really nice. Really nice. Adam did, I was talking about this earlier in the Stack Lab chat. By the way, I'm sure many of you are in the Stack Labs chat now. But if you're not, I hang out in there pretty much all day. If you want to come talk to me or ask me a question directly, you can do so in there. But this was another divergence the same time as Ethereum had theirs. And it did exactly what it's supposed to do, okay? So it flipped the 50-day from resistance to support. And it's done pretty damn well. So Adam, I think, has big things coming, and I think Adam is going to have a very nice end of the year based on what we know is coming. Ethereum Virtual Machine is supposed to launch on Cosmos in December of this year. It's 10 days from now. Just think about that. That's when December starts. I didn't say that. That would be when it was launching, but it's pretty damn good. So yeah, Atom looks very strong. Here's our wonky ass price action. I don't love that this happened, but it was, I think, more of a function of Bitcoin. My zone for Ethereum right now, as a dip buying mode, is this like 38 to 4,000. 3,800 to 4,000 area. So here's how you should look at this, okay? This is just a little tip from me to you. Take it, leave it, you know. Give me one of these. I don't care. It's your call. Proved support once. Are we coming down to prove it again and then move higher? If we do, pretty good sign that we're going to take out these highs. Pretty damn good sign we're going to take out those highs. So that's what my eye is on right now. I'd like to see this 4-hour bar rip. That's the last 4 hours of the day. I would want to see it close above this 41.21 level. Because we held this perfectly, came back up, and then Jerome said he was coming back, and we got some weird shit that happened on ES, on the S&P 500. Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. Acorian says if we don't rip this week, we're probably fucked. Look at this shit, man. I know that's not what you said, but it just makes me sick to look at that and think I haven't made more money. Yeah, so Acorian has a great point here because look at this thing. As we say all the time, like that's what distribution looks like. Yeah, it's a bear div. I know. I can tell without even looking at it. Where's the promised all season I kept hearing about by YouTubers a month ago? I'm pretty jaded about the whole like YouTube follower things, man, because apparently if all I were to do is get on in the stream and say Bitcoin to the fucking moon and like put emojis in the chat, I'd have like 10 times the amount of followers that I do have. Yeah, no, I'm not going to. I'm not going to. I swear to God, I won't. Yeah, no, sing God, I won't. It's just funny, right? Been out here grinding my ass off for a year on this. We got like, I don't know, 700 followers. Yeah, so Tebow, I need to get this damn class out. What I need to do. So there's a bunch of different ways to look at triggers. So like I explained the MACD triggers, but like double bottom triggers are when, if there's a second dip, you essentially long at the recapture of the first area. Oh God, I don't want to short. What the hell am I doing? How do these get switched? There we go. So the way that like a double bottom trigger works is you find an area that you like, and look for when the range is recaptured after like the second dump down, kind of like the stop loss takeout. So say we come down here again. Right now, this is a good example because it's Bitcoin. If we were to come down from here, and this is my area, right? Come down to this area and we see a reaction. Yeah, the stop loss would have to be lower. But that's not really my point right now. You come down, hit this area, respond. A lot of people want to buy down here, but nothing's really confirmed until you can actually move back up beyond that first pivot. So in this scenario, if we come all the way down to like 55, 55.2, and we rip back to 56, 55.9, I would take that long at 55.9 with a stop underneath. So that would be like an example of a double bottom long. Okay. This is actually, I'm going to do it like this. Okay. This is my entry trigger little chart. Okay. So that's a double bottom long. You essentially enter when you take that area. So when you take that position, when you regain this level off the first drop down, that's when you long. Okay. The other pretty common one would be this 1, 2, 3. That's supposed to be a 3, a 1, 2, 3, or an ABC, where it's on a low time frame. You look for a higher low, and then the previous highs to be taken out. So in that scenario, it would be, yep, like that. So long, if there's a new pivot formed, come back down, forms a higher low, because these were previous lows before. And then boom, you break out past what was previous resistance. You long that breakout, stops under the low that was just formed. So that's a that's a 1, 2, 3 or an ABC entry trigger, a double bottom entry trigger, a MACD divergence entry trigger. Like those are the ones that I typically use, and those are the ones that I like. There's a ton more. Like the pure breakout. So if you're at highs, just, when you get to new highs, this would have been a breakout entry, and you'd have gotten stopped out because you're trying to catch the move from 69 to 80, and you're taking on risk, like it might get stopped out. So I look at double bottom entry triggers, look at 1, 2, 3 entry triggers, look at divergence entry triggers. Google those. You should find some pretty good examples. Yeah, no problem. No problem. All right, let me go back. Sony alts up 500%. People still ask when alt season's coming. Lamau. Yeah, that's true, dude. Alts have had a pretty good run. I think what everybody's talking about when they say that about alt season, though, is like the super irrational, stupid alt season. That everybody like whispers about in the night, or like apparently everybody dreams about when they go to sleep. The one where literally you can just long absolute dog shit because there's so much money coming into the market that you'll just, you'll get rich. And the only people who don't get rich are the ones who don't know how to take profit. I'm pretty sure that's what people are talking about when they say, like, the alt season, that the prophecies foretold. Singad, I'm glad you found this channel too, man. Tell your friends. Let's see if people who are like smart and have good conversations can get followers too. Or if I just need to become some fucking drum beating asshole who all he says is Bitcoin to the moon to get followers. Ugh. Thank you. Yeah. What I found is that if you try to go over anything over like 40 IQ, then you fucking lose majority of people. A little disheartening, to be honest with you. So Cutie said, how you feeling about Sol? I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Sincerely, I do. I mean, we essentially burnt off all of this extra momentum here. All of this. And we're almost back down to like a neutral momentum reset. And we've still held the bottom of the channel. We had the breakdown. Like, I don't even know how to adequately describe. Sol is my largest spot bag. Stack just asked, what's your biggest bag? My largest spot bag is Solana. More than Bitcoin and Ethereum. Okay. Yeah. EGLD. Akorian is made a comment earlier that said EGLD is going to be the Ethereum killer. And I'm pretty sure he was trolling. Not that he doesn't believe in that, but whenever you say things like you're the Ethereum killer, it automatically makes you think you're full of shit. But I think he knows that meme. So it may end up displacing Ethereum, but when you say that, you lose me. So one real quick note on price action. One real quick note on diagnosing charts. And when, yeah, this chat is full of trolls. It never used to be that way. Akorian can control all he wants. Dude's donated like 30 subs. So, when you see a level like this, which is very clearly being respected, okay, 1, 2 kind of, 3, 4, and you see a rip out of the channel. Like, let's go back. On this day, you're looking at this going, fuck. Boom. Okay. This makes you want to sell. Does it not? Like, look at that. Looks like shit. We had this nice channel. It was respected at multiple points. Fuck. Now the 50 days here, so I'm kind of tipping the hand a little bit. But that's what people think. And then when the next day that happens, that means that people see it. That's right. Sardi says it's the retest. Wait. Yeah, not only that, there was this pivot line it touched, and the 50-day, and it was an undercut. And then it ripped right back in. This is the sort of positive price action you want to see. Like, look at that. I hope you guys take note when this stuff happens. Pay me gas on Solana, that's like 40 cents. And then here we are live again. So now we're respecting the level and people are kind of loading up. I think Solana has way higher to go. Yeah, Tony, $300 in a month. Yeah. And well, end of month, like end of like in 8 days, end of month. CoinShark, what's up? I don't know if Tony just said he's personally guaranteeing Solana to 300 by the end of the month, or he's giving refunds, but it looks like that's what he just said in the chat. Yeah, okay, so again, this is why I need to get out my damn course. Because what you're asking is a perfectly fine question. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a newbie question, but it's one that people think and talk about all the time. Well, how do you draw a channel? The point is you have to take the pivots. A pivot is where price changes direction, okay? And then you kind of clone that to the downside. So that would be one example right there. Still held it. But the one that I was using from before was here. I'm using the line chart because on crypto, it typically is more accurate. Okay, so let me delete this out of here. So you can see this would even follow back even further. You get multiple points, 1, 2, 3, really just 2 is all you need. Clone it to the high side, you have a channel. Okay. That's what the last one that I just showed is based on. And you can go back even further than that too. So essentially you want to take pivots So pivot 1, pivot 2. Really quick. This is the other part I didn't explain, cutie. Is it's 1, 2, and you clone it to the furthest most point between those points. So there's one here. There's one here. So you look in this area, what is the highest point between those two pivots? It's right here. And there you go. That's how you draw a channel. So the funny part, flocking in here, Tebow's making a joke. Not really, just being on fire. I think he's being genuine. I don't really think about this shit, guys. Like, I don't think about it. That's why I'm doing the class. I'm going through all of this, like, from start to finish on how this stuff's supposed to be technically drawn, because I just do it. I don't think about it anymore. And when people send me charts and like, hey, what do you think about this? I'm like, yeah, it looks good. Your chart's trash, but you still have a good idea, and here's how it's supposed to look. It's just something that you pick up with time. And on the story that I told on stream last time, like when I first got into this, I was the same way. And I would bother people that have been doing this thing for 20 years. And I'd be like, yo, what about this? What about this? What about this? What about this? And they would say the same thing that I said to you guys sometimes. Like, that looks like shit. Here's how it's supposed to be drawn. And then you take that lesson and you pull it forward. So yeah, there's absolutely nothing to be bearish on Solana right now. Nothing. You had 1 pivot, 2 pivot, flipping resistance. This is proving it's now support. If we get any sort of sustained upside in the markets, yeah, low 300s easily. And apparently if you ask, I forget who that was. Somebody said sold to 300. Tony says sold to 300 or he's giving refunds. So, load your bags. Solith. There's just like no good places to do this. Infuriating. There you go. Yeah. Okay. So when I look at this Sol ETH chart, it makes me want to sell more Ethereum to Solana. Like, badly. I had this like come to Jesus moment this weekend, thinking about how much money I've spent trying to trade on the Ethereum network, and it made me very unhappy. So I'm doing everything I can now to avoid that. Also, I want to show you this, okay? For those of you, I know there's a lot of cosmonauts or whatever the fuck people who operate on Cosmos is. And a lot of you were here. I called this top on AVAX when it happened, live, here, to sell AVAX because I saw AVAX getting near resistance and showing reversal signs. And that was like a 50% drop. Not really that it matters. I'm not here to be like, I made this great call. I'm going to show you why. We came down, and this was always the logical level where this would hold. Yeah, Stack. I used to trade on Binance until I shut down my account, so not anymore. So this was always the logical level where it would make sense for AVAX to hold versus Ethereum. 0.015, 0.014. And then it proved it, bounced once, twice, flipped to support, and boom, here we go. Like, this is a crazy ass run on Avalanche. Well, for all of you who love yourself some Atom, Look at this bitch right here. Okay? Looks pretty similar to AVAX, doesn't it? Had this nice run up. Kind of got into this double top area. Back down. We're have proven that this was not a joke. There was a markup here. They doubled down here. And I fully expect that Atom will outperform Ethereum in the near future. And Akorian says, yeah, fuck you. Suzu had a point. He does have a point that Ethereum is unusable right now for most people. And I wish that weren't the case, dude. If everything were just centralized on Ethereum and Ethereum operated like everything else, then I wouldn't care. I'm not even sure I'd care about Atom. No offense to all y'all cosmonauts out there. If Ethereum operated the way that it should, I don't think I'd ever go looking anywhere else. But it doesn't. So I do. Right? Look at this strength. Pretty good. FTX, yeah, it's Sol primarily. If you have time, I'd love your opinion on HTR. No problem, CoinShark. By the way, I have you in as a VIP. Why did I make you a VIP? Do I know you? I feel like I might know you. Do I know? I think I know you. I also don't know if VIP does anything for you, but apparently I made you one at one point. Because I'm high maintenance. That's pretty good. Oh, you're an OG though. You've been around for a while, haven't you? Just not a lot recently. I hear you, man. No worries. Shit happens. It'd be like that sometimes. You should. I don't just hand out VIPs. No, and I feel left special, man. Look, if I gave him a VIP at one point, then clearly he earned it. He just said life caught up with him. Get off him, Anti-Lion. Damn. Why are you out here shaming CoinShark? Well, on this low, CoinShark, on this low time frame trend, you'd really want this to hold? Yeah, I know you were. I just flipped it on you, though. See, now you look like the asshole. I have the microphone, bro. Yeah, HTR I'd really want to hold right there. The daily doesn't look terrible. Like, it's coming back down. That's fine. CoinShark, this is the area you want to keep an eye on. If it's fucking around here, you really want it to hold like this 168 to 180 area. Saicro? S-A-I-C-H-R-O. Citro or Saicro? I'm going to go with Saicro. I don't know. I like to have fun trying to pronounce people's handles. BTC broke the 56K mark, going on a downtrend now. Surely. I'm not joking. Don't call me Shirley. Not yet. I mean, we're in a downtrend anyway on a lower time frame. But I would think that we might get a stop run down to like lower 55. Yep. You got it right. Psychro, I would really want to see us like regain this soon. So like the best case scenario, you know, some shit like that. I meant Bobo, what's your opinion on rebase browsing such as Ohm? Well, I bought time very early, so I like them. They've been profitable. Eventually that thing runs out. Like the thing is like the 1-1 and 3-3 meme is just like essentially broadcasting collusion, which is pretty funny to me. If I don't sell and you don't sell, that means more people will come in and buy our bags to make it more valuable because then they won't sell. And eventually that shit runs out. I mean, it's like the literal definition of a Ponzi. But I don't think it stops anytime soon. Is the Apex Army here? They might be. I don't know. That might be why we have so many viewers. So, yeah, it's a bit of a pyramid scheme. It's a bit of like, all right, I buy and hold, then you buy and hold. That means somebody else will come and buy and hold, and yada, yada, yada. Like, there's, you know. I don't think Ohm has been unbelievably consistent. Time has been unbelievably consistent. If there's a new one launching and it doesn't have a great backing, I'd be pretty concerned about that. If it doesn't have a good backing, I'd be pretty concerned. No. I started in equities and futures. So I traded stocks forever. I trade S&P 500 futures. Just crypto's too easy. So I primarily trade crypto now. I'll trade everything. I'm a trader. So Sajark plays. Hey, pronounce your name right. Let's go. Yeah, crypto is unbelievably easy, guys. Unbelievably easy. Compared to everything else. Poor announcing. I didn't see that. That's pretty funny. Yeah, crypto has less manipulation, believe it or not, than the standard marketplace. You know how many high time trading algos are out there fucking around with you in the standard marketplace? It's unbelievable. I do, because I did it for 10 years. Crypto is very easy from a TA perspective. If you're fucking around with like, you know, low cap shitcoins, no, it's not. But like, if that's what you're doing, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. I'm talking about stuff that's like Solana, that's like Bitcoin, that's like Ethereum, that's like BNB when it was easy. That's like Cake, that's like Uniswap. The things that are easy to trade because they have a ton of liquidity and nobody's in there manipulating it. That's the stuff that's very easy. If you're fucking around on other stuff, well, I don't know what to tell you. Who are my mentors? The people that taught me, that I still talk to. You know what, man? I'm not. So I don't want to get into Roblox on here because this is all a crypto crew. By watching people's streams like this one, Bobo. So this is funny. One Lazius says, anyone know why FTX.us doesn't have FTT listed? Because FTD, I think, is like technically equity in the company, so it's kind of acting as a security. And so they won't list it there. But you can buy FTT on Uniswap. FTT kind of acts like a share in FTX. Would it be really unwise to get into time now? I don't know, man. I sold a large portion of my time at like $1,300, so what the fuck do I know? I still have a lot left. But, yeah. If I'd have just not sold that, I'd be doing great. So somebody said I bought Solana 20 minutes ago. Why does it say I bought it at 219 when it was 213? A lot of times when you buy on some of these exchanges, if there are any sorts of fees when you buy, they just add that into your break-even price. So yeah, I bought at 216, but there was a, $10 fee, and I bought one share. then that's going to say you bought it at 226 instead of 216. If you guys didn't know that. I want to talk about something that I haven't talked about in a while, but it's been kind of itching at me because I am still very bullish on DeFi. Yes, that might be your place. Why that's happening for you, Jerk. I think that DeFi, like, so the DeFi perp or DeFi DPI or whatever, I've been watching this as an indicator, which I will continue to do. But what I would say to you is that I think it's very unwise to own blue chip DeFi right now until an instrument like this is in price discovery. YFI gets shit on constantly. Aave gets shit on constantly. So many of these, Sushi just gets shit on constantly. Like, they just take massive shits while the market's doing great in other places. So I've been kind of thinking about this, and I'm amending how I feel. Like, we got this nice little kick out. This is technically a higher low if this turns up, but I don't think you really want to own DeFi until you are into price discovery on something like this, DeFi perp. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. It was actually a pretty good level to buy FTT if it rebounds. Yeah, it does. I didn't know that, Shady. I didn't realize that AVAX was included in that. I mean, it wasn't when it launched. AVAX wasn't even really around. They apparently change it. Yeah, it's not bad where it is. I mean, you'd like it closer to like 40, 43, but it's not bad. The problem with FTT is that, like, Sam uses it like his own piggy bank. So he's like, I want to acquire $100 million of blank. And they're like, sweet. We would love that $100 million from you, Sam. And he's like, great. But I'm going to give you $40 million in FTT. And they're like, I mean, all right. So what do? They take their FTT and they sell it. Suppresses price. So he uses it as like his own fucking, you know. Fund, if you will. Surprising absolutely no one. Dot, after Parachain auction started, took an absolute shit. Literally the easiest short of all time, which I didn't take. I don't like shorting anything in a bull phase, though. So, you know. It's kind of right on this level right now. What's a parachain auction? It's a great fucking question. Go ask people at Dot. The way that I understand it, and again, I'm a trader, I'm not an FA guy, is a parachain on Dot is... Yeah, go for it, Aquarian. So I view it as like kind of like how like Osmosis has its own chain on Cosmo, right? So it's like essentially another chain within Polkadot. But there's a limited supply of them, so they had parachain auctions for people to be able to use those chains. My understanding. I'll correct myself. Yeah, okay. He's going with the space station analogy. Same idea as Cosmos. This is mapofzones.com. and it shows the different chains within the Cosmos ecosystem and how they're connected, which is pretty sick. So I think of like the parachains, like think of this as being like DOT, which is where Cosmos is in the middle. And then there's parachains that kind of work within the ecosystem and connect it all together. All right. Yeah, that's my understanding. See, who says we only talk about price on this stream? We talk about other good shit too. Yeah, it's space station. I mean, literally, it's why Cosmos logo is what it is, right? It's the fucking this thing right here because it connects everything together. Grin 4D says, "What do I need to learn to understand what's going on here?" Oh boy. That, ew. I don't know. Somebody should create a class. Oh God, Bobo, stop it. This is a Samo Maxi chat, even though it's been pretty much down only for Samo since that started. Brutal. You guys see Secret? Secret had a nice day today until the market took a dump. Secret is finally on IBC, so Secret is officially connected in the Cosmos. It's pretty cool. Link doing its usual thing. Oh, sweet. I see it, Akorian. That's nasty. So Akorian just posted, yeah. In the Stacked Labs chat, a picture of like what the parachain options are supposed to be like. And here, I'll put an invite link. Come on, you bastard. There. You want to join the Stacked Labs chat, that's how you do it. And it shows you how it all kind of ties in to the ecosystem at large. Last time we were on, I talked about this and how Link is literally the worst thing you could possibly own. So if you're sitting there holding a Link bag and wondering, am I stupid? The answer is yes. You are. Hey, that's me. Well, I mean, at this point, you've already held it down 87%. So just keep holding, I guess. It'll either go to zero or it'll recover. So, you know what this is? This is the Link Marines going crazy. And from when the Link Marines did their thing to now, it's down 87% versus Ethereum. I just realized we never looked at ETHBTC. Yeah, F indeed. F in the chat, indeed. ETHBTC actually looks really, really nice. I like that we're just kind of hanging out here, consolidating, not moving down. Pretty good. I want to see this 0.074 break soon. Because once we break through here, I think we'll see 0.08, 0.085 on Ethereum. And I am much more bullish on Ethereum than Bitcoin, but I'm kind of moving and resigning myself to the fact that I really never want to trade on Ethereum ever again. So I bridged a ton of money to Solana over the past week. Like a ton to Avalanche, a ton to Solana, and it's just not worth. It's not worth trading on Ethereum. And it's not that I can't afford it. I can. I'm blessed enough to have done well enough to where I could, and it's not like it would kill me. But I'm still cheap at heart, right? Like I don't want to pay $500 for a transaction if I don't have to. Do you guys know how much it's cost me to run the Plus EV fund because it's on Ethereum? It's like I've spent $18,000 trading that fund so far. $18,000 out of my own pocket. If that was on Avalanche, it would have been like $180 instead of 18,000. Pretty sick. So yeah, that's where we go too far down this path. You know, Rage Jared's gonna pop up, so we're gonna stop doing that. Lo and behold, ADA sucks. You know. Bobo, you are grossly overestimating how much money I make from streaming. I do this for fun. Actually, I do this because it's fun hanging out with you guys. And there's a lot of good gems that people bring up. So, yeah. Yeah, just stream more. Yeah, I'm a millionaire just from the subs that Aquarians donated. All 30 of them. Yikes. All right, so if you guys want to look at any other alts, let me know. This is the part in the program where I'll actually do that. And I'm happy to look at whatever you like. Yeah, the real treasure were the friends we made along the way. Oh my god. Yeah, let me see if I can pull up ChartX on another screen too. Yeah. Look how nice and patient you guys were waiting for me to open that door. People are jumping in like crazy. How about this motherfucker dance, monkey? That's what I feel like when you guys do that. Come on, dance, bitch. Spell looks pretty good, actually. I saw this the other day, and I was like, I should buy Spell again. But again, if you were in the Stack Labs chat, which I swear to God, I'm not LARPing, okay? If you were in the Stacked Labs chat and you were to go back to August, we bought it here. Mid-August. So for those of you who were like, yeah, he's got a Telegram room, I'm not going to fucking join it, I don't need to, that's fine. You don't have to. Because even though I don't listen to you, Aquarian, you don't listen to me sometimes. No, I don't think you were in the group then. But literally, right here, this bar. And for those of you keeping score at home, oh, we're not done yet. That's your standard 7,500%. Did I do any inverse charts yet? I did not. Oh, let's go. Let's go, Adestra. Let's go. Yeah, so if you were in the Stack Labs chat in August, you would have gotten a nice little 75 Exxon spell. But no, you guys definitely shouldn't join it. No reason to, right? I don't join Telegram rooms. Yeah. And go blue Adastra, my dog, absolutely. I'm gonna go ahead and put the link in the chat again. Go blue, Singo. Hell yeah, baby. All right, more Michigan people. Go blue. Let's go. Anti-Lion said, I always miss the chat jams because you guys are all like, buy Spell or don't. I don't know. It's fucking funny. You're right. That generally is the case. One, you kind of got to do that because I'm not being like, yo, jump in with crazy money. But like, if you put in $1,000, it's worth 75 grand. For most people, that's a nice win. Okay. But for others, you just got to look into the project. Generally speaking, when shit comes up in the chat room like this, it's not me saying you should buy this, okay? I mean, at that point it was, but when people bring shit up in the chat room, you can't borrow someone else's conviction. The point is, when something comes up in the chat room, go do some fucking research. If it doesn't look good to you, don't buy it. If it does look good to you, buy it. Because somebody who is relatively smart brought it up already. TLM. Here we go. Why can't I not bring this up on here, man? Damn, you always send me shit I can't even look up. Bitcoin Boy, did you need to do any inverse charts? Yeah, I did not. Should I? Should I go back? Well, you gotta understand that anything that Platy shows you should be looked at twice. Okay? Alright, I'll go back and look at it in a second here. The best thing ever is Nas. Like, all I need is one mic, Nas? Because I got one mic. Some people have given me a hard time. Like, my friends have given me a hard time where I'm like, oh, by the way, Adam's up 2x or AVAX is up 5x. They're like, you didn't shill me hard enough. Like, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Yeah, FTM looks like shit. Phantom. What's wild is that Phantom looks this bad when, like, AVAX looks this good, right? Aren't they supposed to be comparable? Yikes. Andre down horrendously. Not looking up Santa Shib. One. I'm going to try to go in order. That might be right, Bobo. Bobo says if one pumps, the other one's kind of struggle. That's true. Yeah. I said Andre down horrendously, and Corian goes, no. Who do you think's dumping? Good point. Andre up tremendously because he's dumping on everybody's head. Okay, so I think I heard... you shitting me right now? I don't know if this is the core you're talking about, man. Core token on Uniswap? Jing Jang Poker says, look at core, please. He had $400 million? Okay, quick timeout. Okay, I will... Jing Jang, I will do this in 1 second here. Yeah, I heard it. Platy heard us all talking about how you shitless dog shit all the time. We got to look through it for good stuff. Andre having $400 million worth of FTM is pretty funny to me because if you guys remember when YFI came out, like after not that much time, Andre came out and was like, I didn't even make that much money from YFI. Like seriously, he did. Guy like cried about not making money on YFI. So it's pretty funny. Yeah, I mean, he probably didn't, but like, bro, farm your own shit then, okay? Well, he just made it all back on FTM. See this? This is, oh, this isn't, but that last chart I showed, that was Andre getting his. No, I'm talking about Andre Cronje. Cronje. C-R-O-N-J-E. Cronje? Yeah, no, that's why they literally like minted more YFI to pay Andre. Pretty funny. They called it paying the team, but it was to pay Andre. All right, so Jin Jang Poker. This looks pretty bad. I don't really see a compelling reason for this to stop until like here. So yeah, I don't know. If you like caught this rip, that's great. But there's decent selling in here, and I don't see a reason for it to stop. Sometimes these volume bars, Jesus. Sorry, hold on. The fuck? Where is my fit? There we go. Tripping, man. Sometimes these volume bars like this will be defended. So that would be the case for it. But, you know, Corian, I tried to pull up TLM, bro. It didn't come up. So how do I do that? And I will. I swear I will. I literally just tried to do it. It wouldn't show up. I don't know. I'll try it again. Hold on. As for core, you got to hope this is defended. Otherwise, it's coming down to 0.016. I don't know what it is, okay? So here's the thing. For those of you that are new, I'm happy to look at your charts, to look at your alts. There's some of them I know about, and I'll add my opinion in. There's a lot of others that I don't. All I'm going to give you is the chart. So obviously, somebody marked it up. Somebody got paid. Somebody tried to catch a bounce. That bounce failed. And the next place that I could really see a bid coming in would be like 0.016. That's like almost down 40% from now. Is not that space at volume bar a fair value gap? Yeah, it is. But it's also just taking a shit this whole way down. So if it can hold back up, then it would be easy to say, dude, like all my fucking... Good grief, Charlie Brown. If this ends up turning, then I would call this area support. Ah, Juggerson wants in on the action for the music. It's pretty good, isn't it? This is actually through epidemicsound.com. These are songs that I pay to have the rights to stream and play in the background. Because every other time I did it with like real music instrumentals, I would get tagged. You guys gotta tell me where I can find this shit, man. I can't. All right, I don't know what I'm looking at. TLM, is that on here? There we go, TLM. I'm spending your subs on music. Please understand that in totality of money, in and out, that I have spent on the stream, I'm down 5 figures, okay? Just know that. Oh, okay. I didn't know it wasn't crypto. I'll pull it up in a second here. Sajark. You showed me this at 25 cents? Pretty good, man. Essentially doubled. We call this right here the Corian loop. You're out? All right, we'll see. I was going to buy. No, I'm not going to. All right. Let's go into everybody's favorite piece of shit, Fold. So I've cooled off a little bit on my bullishness for Fold. I actually sold out of one wallet and moved it to another because I'm trying to not trade on like a public wallet anymore. So I sold out of the wallet you guys probably all know and bought on a different one. But I am becoming more bearish on this, and here's why. Not because my thesis has changed, it hasn't. In fact, it's looking better. So I think it has a pump in it. My bearishness has nothing to do with the project. It's going to launch, it's going to make money, it's going to do well. This is just my overall feeling about fucking people just don't use Ethereum. And when they do, if you look at volume, it's pretty much all Uniswap. Uniswap V1 and Uniswap V2 just dwarf the shit out of everything else. Sushi is right there. I think they're 3 or 4, depending on how, or depending on what you're looking at. So yeah, it's like if you're trying to do an MEV collector, this isn't gonna work. I still own my stack. I haven't sold yet. I just like was looking at prognostications to like 500, and I'm just annoyed that Ethereum sucks. So maybe it doesn't go that high. Apex, hanging out. Which one hurts, cutie? Apex? Oh, fold, yeah. Yeah, so here's the thing. Epicadev? Epicadev? I don't know, man. Eric? Epicadev? I don't think they ultimately care because there's other things they're working on. Because, like I've said before, if you are trading $1,000, then a $200 fee sucks. If you're trading $1 million, then who gives a shit about $200, right? So that part sucks. Yeah, I can see that on TLM. Yeah, looks good. Wait for it to come back. Get along again. So I think Fold will do fine. I just worry about the volume. That could just be me being a little bit of a crab ass too, because this clown, I mean, if I'd have seen this, if I'd have been live when this happened, I would have emptied my entire portfolio into Fold, because it sat down here around like $12 for like 25 minutes. One asshole who doesn't know how to trade dumped like 100 ETH or 75 ETH in one sell, dumped it down to like 12, $14. I'd have put my entire portfolio into that if I'd have seen it. And then bam, right back up. Dude, that's amazing. Great for you. You were on, you saw it. Mwah. Well done. Perfectly done. I would have done it too. I would have done it too. Somebody asked about Key. Damn. Really? Do I not even have this on my chart anymore? Apparently I don't. Yeah. Key. The funny thing about Key, Ben Key, is their emissions initially, yeah, it's on AVEX. Their emissions initially were insane. Like, for example, right away on Key, I think it was Key, maybe it was Snowball, I don't know. Like, you could stake things that were receipt tokens from, like, Joe. So you could stake, like, X-Joe on Key and get paid, which is crazy. So, yeah, it's having its time right now, dude. Look at this. You could have bought it for 8 cents. It's at 27 right now. That's kind of everything on AVEX, though. Because, again, the underlying token is what matters. I used this example before on why bag holding is such a bad idea. Look at this shit. Relative to AVEX, it still hasn't done anything. So if you're really looking at taking a position in Key, like the USD value and how it's gone up is fool's gold. You want to see it break this level versus AVEX before you take a position. Which, while I'm thinking about it, so I did not look at this. Like, that's a perfect. Flip. On fold. Well, Corian, I mean, like, Apex went up like 1,000x and then came back down. Did you not sell? What are you doing? All right, man. I don't know where I find Nas.ol. I'm looking everywhere. Sincerely, I'm trying. I don't know where I'm supposed to find this shit. Yeah, Apex, dude, from the beginning. Even if all you bought was like the dip, it was still crazy. Come on, you fucker. All right. 20x. Yeah. Actually, I saw this like right as I was coming on stream, and that would have been like here. So no, I am not in Hatter, and yes, I am annoyed. Yeah, for real. Crow? Where do you even chart something like Crow? Is that on here? For real? Fuck. There you go. Who knew? In Metis? No, I've done. I'll do that one next. I mean, yeah, just straight parabola. Ever since Matt Damon started showing up in their ads, bro, it's been up only. Shit's crazy. This is chartx.pro. You got to pay to use it. Yeah, I mean, Crow looks amazing. Crow looks amazing right now. I'm not buying it where it is. Besides, yeah, I'm always live. I don't have a lot of times I can stream this week, man. It's holiday week, so I figured I'd get it in today. Kajaka, are you not in Metis? I don't really know what Metis is, but this chart kind of gives me a stroke. It's a new L2. They claim to have the best tech. Launched last Friday. Next Friday started staking. Doesn't look like it launched last Friday. So this is not the right one. Is that what you're telling me? You shit me. Oh my god. I can't. Are you trolling me? Are you joking me? That Vitalik's mom's on the team? You have to be. There's no way that's real. Oh my god, it's true. All right. Yeah, so like those wicks are from liquidity. Pretty much, Wakame. Pretty much. Man, you know, I kept thinking that PNG was going to have a run, dude. Look at this. Yikes. There's been a lot. Yeah, Joe's definitely was the smart move, too. It was a smart move. Absolutely. There's been so much. There's so many victory laps being taken on Joe right now. I find it hysterical. It hasn't done anything. Like, look at this thing. This is Joe versus Avax. The reason why Joe is up is because Avax is up. There is nothing that it has done so far. Except for go up when Avax goes up. Yeah, I'll look at it in USD. Oh, Psychro. Psychro wins the prize, everybody. Psychro, you didn't know this, but whenever somebody mentions Cardano, I have to end the stream. So anyway, I'll see you guys next week. We all love ADA. Fuck out of here. Ugh. Yeah, so Joe looks great versus USD. Yeah, I talk shit about Cardano constantly. It's like my favorite thing to do. So I don't own Cardano. I've never owned Cardano, and unless there's a gold-plated setup, I never will own Cardano. Charles Hoskins' mom is probably also on the team. That's true. Can confirm. How about 88 back when it was cheap because I didn't know anything else about crypto? That's usually why people buy it. Literally the whole thesis behind Cardano is it's big, a lot of people own it, and it's cheap. And then after that, I don't know, man. I don't know. Really quickly on Joe. Yeah, so Joe actually does look good versus USD. Looks great. In fact, I may actually buy some Joe when I see it improve versus AVAX. No, I'm not doing sushi. Sushi is a down-only coin. Yeah, people buy it. It's cheap. If you ever want to have a laugh, okay, go to TikTok and look at like ADA or any cheap token, and you'll see all of these videos that are like, if you buy 100 Cardano at $1 and it goes to Bitcoin's price today of $60,000, whatever the fuck we are now, you will have, okay, like those videos exist, and they exist way far more than you would ever imagine. What are they advertising? They're advertising, come follow me because I'll sell you hopes and dreams. Absolutely. Yeah, the old 60,000x. No cap, guys. Download TikTok. First off, I think TikTok's fucking hilarious, okay? I resisted TikTok forever because I was like, that's what kids are on. The shit's dumb. I love TikTok. The comedy on TikTok is unbelievably clever and good. Okay? Unbelievably good. You just gotta know the right stuff to look at. Yeah, it is way too addicting, man. It's way too... my son is 4 years old. And at one point, I was just like... One night, I was sitting in my chair, just kind of like scrolling through TikTok and just laughing my ass off. My son, who's 4 years old, literally goes to me, "Daddy, put down TikTok." And I was like, right on. It's too funny, dude. Like the comedy and like Oh my god, I love how creative people are. I love it. But I get on like once every couple weeks, and then when I do, my friends all know about it because I'll send out like 25 TikTok videos. I'm like, this shit is classic. Miota. Oh, look at it. No, I need a token. I need the ticker, man. It's so funny, dude. It's really, really good. Really, really good. All right, somebody asked me something. IOTA. But on TradingView. See, we need to get better about this. You guys need to like give me some shit I can work with. Nothing wrong with it. MyOTA, IOTA, Miota. Good lord. Don't buy that shit, please. There you go. Don't buy it. Aquarian says so. Project's dead in the water. I mean, it has like a mid-range consolidation, so somebody cares. Yeah, dinosaur coin. What isn't these days? Bitcoin trying to fuck it up for all of us. Ethereum trying to fuck it up as well. Really need to see this snap back. Looks like a bag of dicks. Had a friend who lost 7 figures because he bought back in the 2017 bull run on IOTA. Fucking yikes, dude. What's the occasion for P&D today? I don't know. I really would like us to pull up here. I think we will. 50 keeps getting deeper. Oh my god, plug alts. That's the most ridiculous request I've ever seen. Weth Shroom. This piece of shit? Did you just ask? Okay, so if Rager showed it, now I get it. All right. Yep, I'm with you. Sorry, you lost your money. I feel like what's the one slash about? There you go. Yeah, this is terrible. Oh my god. So what'd you buy, like right here? I just want you to know that like this entire exercise of me going through this makes my head hurt. I mean, it's the same basic formation. And when did you buy this? Yeah. All right, man, you're up 4x. You trying to shill us into your shit bags? Oh my god. See, there he is. Here comes the shill. It's going to new highs. You got to spend $200 to get in, though. That's the problem. Yeah, I mean, chart's fine. Sell it all. Let's all in Shroom.
All hype, no deliver. I don't even know what it is. Yeah, it seriously does look fine though. Like I don't see any problem with it. I don't know what it is. Wouldn't that be amazing? Bi-Fi is so undervalued. Yeah, no problem, man. I don't see anything to say about it. It needs to get over the previous hump. So like the previous peak from, I guess that would have been summer. Yeah. Alpha is one of those projects that will always annoy me because I farmed so much of it on PancakeSwap. Like this entire area, all of this. This entire period, no shit. I farmed all of this and I sold like right here. 2 cents, 3 cents, thousands of alpha. Yeah. Pretty sick. So yeah, alpha annoys me. Near. Yeah, I would just mean like this, that trend line's trash, so I don't even really like it. It's just anchoring bizarrely. You want this to pull up pretty soon, or else that'll be bad news. All right, a couple more. I'm getting tired. We're doing this for 2.5 hours. Where can I look up Rose? No. Yeah, dude, yikes. ICP actually looks pretty good around here. What is my stream schedule like? I usually stream twice a week. Once at the beginning of the week, once at the end of the week, usually about this time. B-Cube Weth, Vlad T, or Vlatty. Vlatty. Yeah, I'll hook you up. It's usually about this time. Sometimes it isn't. Whenever the YouTube people come in and ask something, I want to hook them up. Vlad T hooking us up. He's on YouTube. He's gonna get his question answered. Yeah, I mean it's mid-range right now, big guy. Can I recommend a gem? Yeah. At this moment, dude, it's pretty tough right now. It is pretty tough right now. I think Atom has a lot of upside and things in the ecosystem there. Juno, for example. Yeah, ADA, not going to be it coming for me. It's quiet. Okay. Yeah, it's mid-range. I mean, it's bcube.ai. I mean, I'll check it out because this is just like a little range down here. And somebody's acquiring and it's range bound. So, Vlatty.
It's not bad. If they have something that makes it makes people interested, it's gonna rip. Yeah, Akorian is Joao, if you guys haven't sorted that out. But we also had a Joao on YouTube. Was that you as well, Akorian? Oh, we had 2 Joaos. Who knew? Oh, get out of here, Careless, with your ocean bullshit. I can feel you bag holding when you answer that, when you ask about ocean. I can feel you bag holding. Oh, I don't know. It might have been with Kaz, to be honest. I have no idea. I know Ocean. All right. What about Billy Ocean? So Stack said, can you recommend a gem or an entry in anything? Like, I'm more interested in making sure the macro market figures out where it is. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Ocean BTC right now. It's consolidating. What about Cum Rocket? And that is the end of the stream. Missed the start. The start's where I cover all the good shit, man. Yeah, I think we're probably going to see a sweep of the lows on BTC. Just like 55, 55, 1, 2, and then we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah, no problem, dude. Akarian thinks 52. I don't. You're dreaming. 53.5. 53.5 at best. On which platform would you stake or loan stables? I would get onto AVEX. Ave's on AVEX. It's cheap. It's easy. You also can use BuyFi on AVEX. Very cheap, very affordable. I already looked at Secret. BuyFi, so beefy.finance on AVEX. Staking USDC, currently paying 31% APY. 31% on just US dollar coin. No 3 curve bullshit. USDC. 30%. Yes. BuyFi is 100%. BuyFi is for real. Remember, BuyFi is where I made the majority of my money in crypto before it was stolen. Yep. Yeah, I got hacked. I got hacked for 7 figures in April. I got fished, I should say more accurately. I say hack because it sounds more like contrived, or it sounds more elaborate than it was. I got fished. It was fucking stupid. And then I left my money in a hot wallet, and dude took it all. Yeah, that's no cap. You can ask the majority of the guys in here if you come to Stack Labs, like, I don't just say that shit. I'm sure somebody is there like, this fucking guy, I'm sure that didn't happen to him. Oh, no, it did. I swear to God it did. You can ask any number of people in the chat. I really got hacked. I sold a mic for 0.95 BTC in around 2015, I think, and I bought a Hearthstone card. How'd that work out for you?
JP is the reason I locked my hot wallets before bootlegging a movie or watching porn. You could never be too safe. All right. Well, I think that's that. All right, ladies and gents, we saw a nice little bounce here, $400 or $500 bounce on Bitcoin as we've just been sitting here, so that's nice. I hope Ethereum's doing the same thing. It is. We're getting a nice little rip. Let's fucking go. I like it. I like what I'm seeing. We want this. So I'll give you my parting shots on the market because I can't guarantee I'm streaming again this week. I probably am not, to be honest. I love you guys. You're all great. Thanksgiving is better. And I'm going to Michigan, Ohio State on Saturday, so I'm probably not going to be here the weekend either. My family will be at my house, but I won't. So yeah, we're like working on a bit of a div, 4-hour div. Again, you want to watch this, okay? The slope of this 50 segment moving average is steep. Okay, yeah, stack. What's the game plan until next stream? Usually I'd have one end of week. You got this like steep slope down. We want to see sideways range movement for it to kind of stable out, right? Maybe we're going to double bottom right now. If not, it could go lower. I'm saying like 53.5 if we do. And you want this to happen. Like the bull case is, you know, that. Okay? That would give you a nice little reversal on Bitcoin. Yeah, all right. Maybe 52. I don't really care. Either way, not here. So this is what I'll be watching for on Bitcoin. And again, by the way, guys, you can pop into the Stack Labs chat. I will be responding in there. I'm just not going to stream. Yeah, it's the 4-hour. It's the only, like, the lowest I'll really go to look at this shit because, like, this looks like, oh, okay, we did it. No, we didn't. Like, the 4-hour, the reason why I use 50 MAs, a 50 segment MA, is it's the mean reversion line on a decent time frame. So this is what I look for. We had a deviation to the high side here, came down, failed, and it's catching up right now. So we want to see this kind of catch up and level out. Let people forget that they just lost a lot of money from 65 to 55 and have a chance to come back up again. As I've said, and I didn't go over it today, but the most important point on the chart to me at this exact moment is right here. 63.5, 63.8, 64. Anywhere in this area. So if we pump back up again and we reject this area and reject it hard, I will sell almost everything I have to cash. Everything. All right. And I'll explain why more later, okay? Ethereum, that I'll sell everything to cash line is here at like 45.5, 4,600. But we want the same thing to happen here, okay? This AVAX versus ETH dick measuring contest had us pop up, test the 50 MA, and we reject it back down. We want to see strength again here. We want to flip the 50 MA from resistance to support. Those are the productive things that we want to see happen this weekend. If it breaks down here, 3,800. 3,800. Pretty much as low as I would go. 38 to 4 has been my area all along for it to not be like straight up party over. I do think we'll see a reversal in the near future and start making some higher highs on a lower time frame, and then it will become more of a question as to whether or not we can actually get past this A line and not form a higher time frame lower high, which this could have been it. But it usually isn't. Yeah, that doesn't look like it's me. And if we jump right back up again, then great, off for the races.
But I will watch very closely for that area. Like this whole area right in here. For a rejection. Because if it rejects, it's going to be a fucking dark and cold winter. Alright. Is that clear? We all on the same page? I'm not even sure anybody's in here anymore. I can't even tell. Alright, Plug Alts is here. Good stuff. Bobo says yeah. Alright, guys. One more minute as per usual. We play clipping all this. Started from the bottom, now we here. Because we are here.
5 to the 4 to the 3, 2, 1. Word.
So we got a minute, 45 seconds left or so. Did I buy the rights to this song? Nope. It's just short enough where there's pretty good odds they won't notice it, and I won't get flagged. Thanks, everybody. NN7, NNN. Thank you. Yeah, look at Adam. Relative strength, yo, for real. Get in Adam. Get in Adam now. Of course, the Korean's like ripping shit at me right as we're about to go off the air. Yeah, Alice looks good too. Might blast. Here we go. First time chatter. We got like 20 seconds left. Yeah, Adam looks good, dude. We're Adam Maxis. Come check out the stream. Come hang out in Stack Labs.